So guys, the INEC chairman has been trending on Twitter, and here is the reason. He made his first appearance ever since he went missing, as in people have not seen him in public, and we were surprised that he came out to receive the European Union Election Observation Mission when they came to submit their report for the 2023 general election. We all know that this group has come out to say that this election didn't go well, and I'm happy that they've written down their report and they're handing it over to Mahmoud. But he has been trending on Twitter ever since he made this appearance. Nigerians are not happy, and some of them even had to tweet about him. Here are some of the tweets. This one said, "The INEC has never been so useless as under the leadership of Yakubu. Can INEC point to a Nigerian president that ever became one without the mandatory 25% in FCT? The rules of the constitution will not change because of Bola Tinubu. The constitution stands." And this other one said, "I put it to you, Mahmoud Yakubu, you deliberately turn off the IREF to surreptitiously pave way for your preferred president to emerge. That you, Mahmoud, ordered the reformation of the Bvas to conceal evidence of accreditation and polling units where elections did not hold." So it means that these Bvas that they told us that they wanted to reconfigure, something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. We can't trust these people anymore. And this guy said, "I will never believe Mahmoud Yakubu was compromised at the last minute when he transferred head of ICT in November 2022 to Enugu as a mere administrative secretary. He knew what he was doing." So guys, you can see it. Nigerians are really so unhappy with this man because of what happened during the election, how the results were not uploaded. Don't forget that one of the witnesses has come out to say that it was already pre-planned that they were not going to upload these results. So it was not as if there was any emergency that occurred. These things were really organized. So guys, all eyes on the judiciary. Apart from that, Okonjo-Iweala has come under hot criticism by the APC members. The supporters of the APC. So guys, just watch this video to see what actually transpired.
The General of the World Trade Organization, Okonjo-Iweala, was over the weekend accused of excluding President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from our pictures taken at the World Leaders Summit on a new global financing pact organized by the President of France, Emmanuel Macron. After the summit, Okonjo-Iweala shared photos of herself with the president of Brazil, South Africa, Zambia, Senegal, that of France, the organizer, and a host of others. Netizens were quick to notice that Nigeria's president wasn't in the pictures she uploaded, and her choice of order of upload drew criticism from many who considered it as a slight against Nigeria's president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was also at the event, as they claimed that she was intentional about the omission. Well, tweeting to this development is coming in from Jade, who says, "This is Okonjo-Iweala, who became the DG of the World Trade Organization with the support of the APC administration. Today, she went for a summit in France and intentionally cropped out President Tinubu from all our pictures. The Southeasterners are the most dangerous people to share the country with." Well, for Adamu Garuba, he says if she likes, let her not acknowledge or recognize the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the same Nigeria that did everything for her to become who she is today, the leader of the same party, APC, which gave her the wherewithal to get her current office as a DG of the WTO. If doing so is to spite Tinubu as a person, she should know that Tinubu is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whoever spites at him has done so against the government and the people of Nigeria, and we noted that, indeed, rebellion is the greatest of all sins. Well, Igbo boy says, before politics, Ngozi was thriving. Without politics, Ngozi would have still peaked. But APC wants to make it seem like Buhari was the one that made Ngozi the DG of the WTO. But for Eric the Great, he says, the second post from Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, well, she updated the pictures where she says more pictures. She said the second post from Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was clearly influenced by public condemnation of her first post. She knew exactly what she was doing when she omitted President Tinubu's picture from that post. It was done to further push the narrative of Tinubu is not my president. For Akko, it says, person when no fig even gets student loan approval, they threatened DG of the WTO with approval from federal government. Oh well, she was told on social media that she would not gain access to the WTO as DG for a second term because they would not be supporting her from Nigeria, and that's what that person is referring to. But this user says, isn't it shameful that the only discussion going from the Paris summit is who took and posted photos with Tinubu? Was Nigeria's presence felt? Too embarrassing that countries like Zambia, Kenya, and South Africa rather made the headlines. Well, was it Zambia or South Africa's president? When he returned from this summit, he was welcomed by a rowdy crowd because the country says he did them great. Well, this is a picture that is being contested. She uploaded this one first and she was dragged, saying that she cropped off Nigeria's president Tinubu. But in the next slide, where we have a wider shot of this, you would see that Tinubu is not even anywhere close in this wider shot, but he's somewhere in the next slide, like a corner or something, this highlighted place. This is our president, Mr. Tinubu. But then, of course, like 14 hours after she responded, as we would see, she posted this picture and says more pictures. And her excuse for that is our tweet that is coming after this picture. She says, Nigerians, please relax. And she was responding to the Paris thing, and she says, interesting attacks from both sides sadly shows the depth of polarization in our society. I post pictures in the other received by accompanying staff or colleagues. Reading more into it is unwarranted. Let's unite to build our country and not attack. Definitely there were more under the comment section, but let's leave it at this. Moving forward, Nigerians will have to, among other things, provide their social media handles to financial institutions. That's a new directive from the CBN, and it forms part of its new customer due diligence regulations and also part of measures to deepen the identification process in the banking system. It adds that it is in line with their regulations on money laundering, terrorism, and financing of terrorism. Well, Son of Noren, in reaction to this, says CBN's new policy that social media accounts of bank customers should be provided doesn't make any sense at all. How would the account be verified, as many people don't have their social media accounts in their true names? Kita says, hashtag CBN again, making social media handles mandatory. What happens if we change the name of our handles? Would we have to update Know Your Customers every now and then? He's wondering. Well, for Kingsley, I am still yet to understand why CBN be asking for citizen social media handles. Not everyone has social media accounts, or would they force those who do not have to say that they have social media account? For Onibaja, it says full name, mother's maiden name, NIN, international passport, voter's card, phone number, home address, email address, next of kin's name, address, phone number, and email. These are not enough to identify people, but a user at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe just to say a user that does not exist on Twitter with Ronaldo DP is what we get the job done, and he's covering his eyes in shame. Holla Niger says soon bank customers should expect to queue at phone service provider offices to register for verified social media handles. Then they will get social identification numbers, SIN, from the nearest NIS passport office at a fee of 20,000 naira. Ridiculousness at its peak. Almost in the same light, meanwhile, the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, says the action isn't consistent with the rule of law and has threatened legal action against the CBN if the acting governor does not immediately delete the provision. A human rights activist and public interest litigator, Mike Enahoro-Eba, came in as a star witness of the PDP and Atiku Abubakar at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on Friday. He presented a certificate said to belong to Tinubu from the Chicago State University that shows Tinubu is a female. Now, because of this, hermaphrodites started trending on the social media. Also, the witness told the court that document he obtained from Inec showed that the National Youth Service Corps NYSC certificate that Tinubu submitted to aid his qualification bore the name Adekunle. On the Guinean diplomatic passport of Tinubu, his lawyer Wale Olanipekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, said the passport that was tendered in evidence expired in 2020. Let's see what the witness said about this. He said, "My lord, the data page indicated that it expired, but citizenship does not expire." And he says he confirmed from the country's president, Alpha Conde, that he was issued a citizenship, Tinubu, in that country. But reacting to this, David Hundeyin, the investigative journalist, led the conversation this time, and he said, "Limao, what percentage of Nigerians even hold a valid passport? So like this, I'm no longer a Nigerian citizen because my Nigerian passport has expired. Senior advocate of Nigeria, please now." TikTok says, please, if those with expired passports are not Nigerians, what about those without passports at all? Where are they from? Question. Chibik says, life no balance. Like this. Many people in this country were never even Nigerian citizens to start with. Like people without passports, no even be citizen at the first place. And he says, chai. Jesse Tunde says, so we when no get passports, we now only NIN, when our only NIN we get, no be citizen like this. So I just they sing national anthem in vain all these years. And it says hashtag NIN life matters. Well, for Obi now, it says from 2026, I will no longer be a Nigerian. Apparently his passport would expire by then. People will never get. It's a long road for all of us. Now, to our final story today, just like Deborah Samuel, a student of Shehu Shagari College of Education, who was lynched by an angry mob in May 2022 for alleged blasphemy in Sokoto State, Bocha Usman Buddha has been killed for same reason. He was stoned to death by bloodthirsty extremists over remarks considered to be an insult to Prophet Muhammad. It's not clear what he said yet, but it was gathered that the butcher allegedly made the comment during an argument with another trader at the Sokoto main abattoir at about 8 a.m. on Sunday. The Sokoto State Police Command has confirmed his death, explaining that the victim, who they met unconscious after a distress call, was rushed to the hospital for treatment but was pronounced dead. In reaction, the state governor, Ahmad Aliyu, wants his people to stay calm and avoid whatever denigrates Prophet Muhammad in a state like Sokoto State. Well, let's see, there was a narration by someone, like a brother to an eyewitness, who says, my brother was at the abattoir when it occurred, when Usman, that's Mr. Buddha, insulted the prophet. Some people said he had mental issues, but most of those around him who were his business friends says he was never ever known to have any mental issues. Unfortunately, he was killed. Reacting to this is this user who says, if you have to fight for your God instead of your God fighting for you, just know that you have missed it. And I think just this summarizes everything. But let's see what Angela is saying to this. He says that do this confidently because they know they will go scot-free. Indeed, there was a country. Biakbara says, at what point in the courts of blasphemy is one supposed to have the opportunity to defend themselves after death? If found innocent after death, what happens to the accusers and murderers?
So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.